Full time at Newcastle United 5, Crystal Palace 0. That is now 1 foot through the door for Champions League football. We are 5 points clear of Chelsea, who are sitting in 6th, and because of results elsewhere earlier in the week, the top 7's broken away from the rest of the league table now. So at worst, I think Newcastle United has Europa League football, but playing like that, I think Newcastle will get Champions League football. I don't want to guarantee anything. I don't want to dump my eggs all in one basket, but the way we played out there today, that first half, in my opinion, might actually be one of Newcastle's best first half performances this season. It was so good the way we played against Palace. I actually said before the Manchester United game that I felt like this game during the week was actually going to be Newcastle's hardest game this week, and why I may not say that after Aston Villa's performance against PSG yesterday. This Palace game was going to be tricky today. I knew it was going to be tricky when I first felt about it, because this is a team that historically Palace has always been awkward to play against, and Newcastle playing 3 games all so sudden at once. This was going to be a lot of work for us. It just wasn't today. Newcastle was so good. They were clearly up for it, they were clearly ready for it, and as we said in our last video of our performance against Manchester United, that one was this one again tonight was for Eddie. Even though we haven't got the manager with us at the minute, the coaching staff, everyone behind the scenes, the players are all collectively doing this for Eddie Howe. He's had a rough week, and he's had a couple more rough weeks, but Newcastle are doing everything in their power to make sure that the work he's done at Newcastle in the last 3 years or so, it's not just him, it's everyone else as well in this club's been so good over the last about 25 games or so. I think that's our 19th win, as I said before, the last 24 games. In terms of form, because of Liverpool's loss last week to Fulham, Newcastle in this country has actually got the best form at the minute. We are statistically the best team in this league at the minute based on form, because Liverpool's had had that loss against Fulham, which is going to put them out of that form table against us. Newcastle have been so good, and we're taking on the Aston Villa team now. I mean, Aston Villa is quality, they've got bags of quality. I think in terms of team, I love their depth. I actually think their depth might be better on ours, but I think Newcastle's squad and our players, I prefer our players, but I love Aston Villa's squad depth. They've got so much quality, and again, you've seen how they've been against PSG. I think the new UCL format's heavily benefited them, and that's something I want to be a part of next season. I'm sure that you as well will collectively agree that we want to be a part of that next season in the Champions League. And the way we played today, and the way we played against Manchester United, and the way we played over the past 3 months or so, 100% you're looking to get that, 100%. I think our fixtures are quite favourable. Aston Villa, obviously big match against the team around us. Chelsea at home, big match against the team around us. Arsenal, by the time we play them, potentially again a big match against a team that's around us. And then the other fixtures, Ipswich at home. You're laughing at a fixture like that. Everton at home, while I don't want to leave it last game of the season, again that's a nice fixture. Brighton away, historically a game we always drop points at, but again these are nice fixtures. Newcastle just need to take it one step at a time. It's all good thinking about where we're going to get the points from. We just need to get results now. Hell, I don't care how we play against Villa on Saturday. I would actually snatch your hand now at a draw. While I think we can win the game, while we should be looking to win the game, I'll still take a draw down there. 7 points out of the 9 this week is an exceptional return. We just need to make sure we don't lose against Villa. We don't lose against them, the gap's still there. That's a big gap Villa will struggle to potentially climb up from, and we just need to do our bit. But today, in terms of goals, quality, I mean, Murphy's goal is identical to the Tonali one a couple of weeks ago, and why Tonali said that his goal was a cross a couple of weeks ago. That one certainly from Murphy today was not a cross. Then from that point onwards, let's just talk about VAR briefly, because I thought it was absolutely load of rubbish today. No way in hell for me was that a penalty from Nick Pope. Now, I would criticise Nick Pope against Brentford because when he swiped away from his hand, for me it was clear and obvious pen. I'm always quite fair in Newcastle, I'm not biased at all, I'm very fair in Newcastle, I always talk fairly about this football club. No way in hell, by the way, was that a penalty from Nick Pope. It's not clear and conclusive at all. The fact that the referee in VAR took about 3 to 4 minutes just to give the pen clearly indicates that they weren't 100% sure. I don't think it was a pen. I honestly didn't think it was. Now, speaking of the pen, we'll move along a bit because I know that's a bit loud in the background, but Eze, of course, takes the pen, misses the pen, and it just wasn't a good pen at all from Eze. I don't know what he's doing with that run-up, but it was a horrendous run-up. Steps up, not enough conviction in the pen. Nick Pope, I mean, redeems himself if you think that was a pen from that. I just didn't think it was a pen. 2 minutes later, Harvey Barnes punishes Crystal Palace, and Mark Gay scores his second own goal of the season for Newcastle. I mean, the guy, we wanted to sign the guy in the summer. He must want to play for us the way he's scoring his own goals against us. Of course, it's a sheer bit of accidental touch from him, but then again he's handballed it anyway, so Newcastle were going to get a penny even if the ball didn't go into the goal. Then it was 3-1 Harvey Barnes. I mean, what a performance he's had again today. Him and Joelinton today were two massive standouts for me. Joelinton was just constantly on the Crystal Palace midfield, and Harvey Barnes has truly kicked Anthony Gordon out that starting 11. He has been exceptional, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Harvey Barnes across this season might actually have had a better season than Anthony Gordon. Now, Gordon, of course, scored the massive goals against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. We can't deny that. But I think Harvey Barnes, as an individual player, I think might actually have a better season than Gordon. I think the way he's been the last few games has been amazing. He scored some massive goals in the first half of this season. If he can stay in there, do his job, get the goals when he needs to, I tell you what, Harvey Barnes and Gordon, my word, that left side's got some depth in there, and I thought he was top draw again today. Isak could have scored a hat-trick on another day, probably should have scored a hat-trick on another day. He didn't seem to have his shooting boots on in two. He had that chance where Joelinton snatched it for him, and what a finish that was to make it 5-0. And yeah, Newcastle could have easily scored more again. It's been a case a few times this season when Newcastle's just done the work in the first half. Second half, they just take the foot off the gas because they just don't need to go for it. Happened against Leicester, happened here against Nottingham Forest. It's happened again against Leicester here. It's happened against Ipswich down at their place. Again, Newcastle just pick apart these bottom half teams that really have just got into them. And goal difference wise, you are kissing your lips at that goal difference, because that was perhaps the one thing that towards the end of the season could potentially be a bit of an issue for Newcastle, especially when you're alongside Man City, Chelsea and Villa, teams that are going to score a lot of goals. You got the goals done today. That was a big part of the day. Getting some goals down there, 5-0, and again, in terms of that goal difference, we look amazing there. Now, in terms of other teams around us, as I just mentioned there, your teams as well will be on watch day, and Nottingham Forest especially, because they've had such an amazing season and then had a big unfortunate loss against Everton. They're going to start to be a bit shaky now, especially when they notice teams like Newcastle playing as well as they are below them. Forest need to get results. They've got to win in their point of view. They've got to keep winning the games. And if they don't win the games, then that's when pressure comes in. Newcastle can pounce on this. Chelsea's the same. Man City is the same. But these teams don't win every single match, which they kind of got to do. Not to mention, like Villa's going to be playing a few of these teams anyway, and they've got to start playing each other. Newcastle's going to drive and see how this is fully in our control now. Champions League, Europa League, we're going to get one of the two, in my opinion. Newcastle, it's up to you to say which one it is. It has to be Champions League though. I can't deny it. Revenue's massive. Going to these away grounds is massive. I would love to go to the Bernabeu. Arsenal done an amazing job tonight, get themselves through. I'd love to be in their situation, going to places like Real Madrid. We had an amazing time in the Champions League last season. I want to be back there. This new format, I think, does benefit Newcastle. 8 matches against some easier teams and hard teams. And Newcastle will have a more likely chance of making it a knockout. While obviously we need to improve in our squad though, to make sure in terms of that summer window we bring players in. A cup winning Champions League football, you can attract a lot of players with that. It seriously is the beginning for Newcastle, and next season onwards you're looking at winning more, so where you're looking at going far in the Champions League, because that's the club Newcastle is now. Play like that every single week, there's no reason why you can't have these discussions, because we've been incredible. Just need to see it over the line now. Villa is top class. They're a top class team on Saturday. They won't make it easy for Newcastle. They're going to give it an all. They're going to get into us, but just need to play well against Villa. Hell, I'll take a draw now. Go down there, get a result, don't lose the game. Newcastle are looking amazing. That tonight though, one final time, again, top class from Newcastle today. It really was. Very good performance. First toss, probably one of the best first halves I've seen this season. Class. Well done, boys. We'll see you all in the next one. Get in there. 5-0.